Hey everybody, one of the guys on Instagram tagged me on some picture and says, does this 183 on this belly number have any indication of, I think it was a 58 or 9 he was asking about. Unfortunately, Instagram lets you look at 100 tags at a time. It doesn't have a like section and somebody's talking to you section. They don't do that. And after about 100 pictures or tags or whatever, your feed goes off. There's no way to get it back. I have no idea who it was because it was going too fast, so I just punched a bunch of pictures. So I'm doing this video to try and answer this question. What are belly numbers and what are their significance? Well, belly numbers, until right about 76, definitely by 77, were always underneath the motor, both sides. Here, I'm going to show you. That is a belly number. Right there. And it's on a 40 case. Yeah? This is a belly number. Real case, real belly number. When Harley Davidson made this stuff, it's a raw casting. Now you got to machine it. And you get the line board. The left and right case has to match up. This machine marks have to match up. I got a motor that'll run through. How do I know this machine part over here matches this machine part over there? Well, they have a rough idea what motor numbers they're running as they make this stuff, but they don't know the exact motor numbers going to be stamped in the case. So they're doing a sequence of belly numbers for a right side and a left side, so when they yank it off the shelf, the motorman can go, oh, woo, yeah, yeah, oh, cool, man, that matches. Yep, that matches too. Bam, build a motor. That's all it is. That's all it fucking means. Nothing else. Except, it gives you the year. As you saw, it says 40 right there. Some of them, specifically 49s, I've seen with a 2 in front and then the year. Nobody knows exactly why they did that. One guess is, well, they may have been replacement cases. Possible. Okay. Well, possible. Another guess is, which is mine, they discovered they sold a lot more 49s than they thought. And they had to make more cases. Did they do 5-digit belly numbers? Yes, they did. I bet you. 5-digit, 47 knuckleheads and 48 panheads. They got 5-digit numbers in the belly. Are they identical to the motor numbers? Well, nobody, including the guys who actually made this stuff, saw every belly number. So, as a general rule, no. Was it sequential, as in close? Yes. Might be 300 numbers off, might be 700 numbers off, or in the case of Greeny here, 5 numbers off. It's usually within 50 to several hundred, but it can be really, really close, or quite a few hundred away. It's not going to be 2,000 or 3,000 or 5,000 away. That would be, that's kind of suspicious. Let me look at the rest of it and see if I like that story. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. Stuff got stuffed over here, and finally, oh yeah, I used that part over there, we forgot it. That's how manufacturing works. They didn't really care. They were making motorcycles, send it down the road. That's all it was. A way for the motorman to match up the right and left case. Nothing more. They always had at least 4 numbers. If you don't have the year in there, which tells you the year, the numbers afterwards have no indication of the year whatsoever. Period, be all, end all. That's it. It didn't have any indication of the year, with the exception of they used different motor stamps in the belly numbers at different times, which are not as documented as they did the motor numbers. So you're not going to find an early belly numbers type of stamps, say from the 30s, in a 1960 motor. That ain't going to happen. But the belly numbers that they did use are not as documented as the motor numbers. And there's not, I've got a better numbering system of the motor numbers than just about anybody, and I'm still learning stuff. I don't think there's anybody that knows it all. They made too many, and nobody's seen them all. You understand? Nobody's seen them all. But certain things are crystal clear of the sequence. Well, one of the things are crystal clear. By 38, the numbers are normalized. The same number stamps were used until early 44. Got it? Through successive case changes, change the number stamps completely. right? And I've seen both, the one going this way and the one going that way, with a couple other things intermittent through those years. It's like they mixed and matched. You know, fine numbers. So to say, well, 41 had to have the flag on the one like this or that, I've seen both. With good numbers. So, but definitely totally different number stamps by mid-44. Much more uniform. Open 4 by mid-44, even though it still had the early case. So by 1945, at some point, they had the later rib case. Early 46 now still has 46 belly numbers and 46 casting numbers because they had leftover parts and they're using the parts. This was endemic throughout a lot of Harley history. Use the leftover stuff. They didn't throw it out. No manufacturer would throw it out. Get real. So, but from mid-44 through the 65 year, you had the open 4. You follow? The same open 4. Not this one and that one and that one and this one. It was the same open 4. And the numbers were very uniform for most of that. They started changing the 6s somewhere around 59. And a 61-6 ain't straight back anymore. And it ain't curved. It goes off like this at an angle in 61. So they started fucking around with the 6s. And sometimes in the sequence they had a straight back 6 in the numbers, with a curved 6 in the year number. They had different fucking rounds. It wasn't uniform anymore. And then they uniformed it again with a closed 4 in 66. And of course we have the HO numbers that came out in 1970. Totally different numbers and everything with the stars. Now that's what belly numbers really mean. Now I've got to buy old Champ in here. They try to go, oh, ooh, there's a line across the belly numbers. It's like, okay, here's the factory. There's not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. There's hundreds of fucking knuckle motors in a row. Bam! With that heavy motor. Them things fucking weigh a ton. You think some of them getting dented on the bottom? Get a fucking grip. Some people just don't like dealing in reality. Anyhow, that's that. That's the real. I will see you guys later. I hope to help someone tonight. Bye-bye.